Hello everybody once again. As I get tongue-tied a little bit here. SummerSlam's right around the corner, and NXT TakeOver in Brooklyn is currently underway with the pre-show. About a handful of minutes that show's getting underway. We're here once again to bring you SummerSlam. I'm all tied up here. We're trying to do a quick one this week. Some weather's been kind of inclement, pushing things back a little bit more than intended, so we kind of have to rush this one out a little bit here. Sorry about that. Joining me this week, Chucks is on assignment. Will and Beans here in the house. How you guys doing?
Hello again.
Hello. Keeping it fresh there. I like it.
First time it's been fresh.
Hey.
I broke tradition slightly in honor of your crossover intro.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So seeing as we're doing this live and there's just under 6 minutes to go until takeover starts,
We've got 30 seconds to predict each match.
Yes. Just boom, yeah.
Well, we don't know if we did takeover anyway, do we? So there's no issues there. But are we just going to ignore the fact that it's happening, or do you want me? Are we just going to?
I mean, if people are tuning in live, I mean, you could mention something big that happens. But
if anything major happens, I'll mention it. But...
I'd rather you wouldn't, just because I do plan to watch this show.
But wouldn't it make you more inclined to tune in, Beans? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Not if he tells me what happens. No, I'm already quite inclined to watch the show.
I'm with you on that. It's whatever. Feel free to chime in or don't chime in.
Right, just because of this conversation we've just had over the last minute and a half, that means that we're going to have to lob off about 5 matches from SummerSlam, all right?
Well, just looking at the card for both shows, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
TakeOver has 5 matches. SummerSlam has got 12.
13.
13, okay. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, they just added one right now. They really do like to push the boat out. Did I hear rumours that this is scheduled to actually be 7 hours, possibly 8?
Really?
Excuse me?
I'm sure I heard some talk of it, because it's a 2-hour pre-show. There's 3 matches on a 2-hour pre-show. All 3 matches are obviously going to be in the last hour. And then, obviously, 10 matches on the main card.
I agree, Will. I agree with that.
And I saw a statistic where it said that 9 out of the 13 matches are matches that have already been done before, and these are rematches.
Yeah,
I can believe
that. Yeah,
which is quite poor when you think.
Yeah,
you've got a huge roster, and we're getting matchups, mind you. I mean, it's the thing in it with 5 hours of weekly TV that you're going to get a lot of crossover talent constantly facing one another, but there we go.
So we're going to get 5 probably really good quality matches tonight, and 12
some
mediocre.
some not so good tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
Which quality over quantity any day of the week here, in my opinion. Sorry if I'm a little bit distracted. I'm literally typing up the matches in the spreadsheet here as we're going along.
Basically, our predictions now, as we've only got about a minute left, is just going to be Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all out of time.
We won't even get that in.
We're all out of time, fans. Good night.
Hey, we're live, pal.
Should we just get right into the predictions here? Should we just do it?
Yeah, the only thing I was going to say is I think we should really mention about Jim Neidhart.
Yeah. Before we get into it, Jim Neidhart unfortunately passed away I think TMZ reported something that he was at home and slipped and walloped his head that he didn't recover from what from what I've
I
heard.
I believe he had a nasty fall, but he's also he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, I believe. So
Really?
yeah, so
know that.
obviously I don't think that would have helped in the situation. But yeah, he was only 63, weren't he?
Damn.
There was some footage. I think Natalia actually recorded it herself on her phone. He was backstage at a show fairly recently, I'm guessing, because it looked quite recent, and he looked well.
Yeah.
So it's obviously coming as a shock to everyone, this, but yeah, the footage that I saw he looked really well.
Yeah, it is a shame. And I can't help but any time that I always think back to Canadian Stampede and the 10-man tag main event, and it's like every time that something happens to someone in that, you're just like, my God, there's like now Bret Hart's the only surviving member of that tag team, and we're talking about
Foundation,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like we're talking about what 1997.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I mean, yeah, it's 21 years ago, but it's not.
Still.
When you look at the circumstances, it was what Brian Pillman, Bulldog, Owen, all gone soon.
Yeah.
Now we've lost Neidhart and also Road Warrior Hawk as well in the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sad.
Very. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Credit to Ronda Rousey as well for a thing on Raw where she did a bit of the tribute at the start, because that was quite a.
Same with the one tag team. Was it the Revival that did the double team maneuver, the heart attack, right?
Oh yeah, they did, yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice shout out to them. That was very, very classy.
Yeah.
Let's get into the game. Let's get into the prediction game here. Shifting gears. Sorry.
Oh.
Before we do, just a quick little bit of breaking news. Nothing to do with takeover, because don't worry.
Right.
Just at the actual arena tonight, there was advertisements, I should say,
right,
for the Evolution pay-per-view. And the advertising Trish Stratus via Alexa Bliss.
What? All right.
Factor that into your predictions.
Well, yeah, for October.
Well.
Then again,
it's worth noting the graphic doesn't have Alexa holding the title.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. Let's cut over here, and again, this is like half done. Apologies for that. Still going over the list here, as you can tell. 3 pre-show matches for tomorrow. One of them being Rusev and Lana versus Almas and Vega. This has been kind of simmering on SmackDown for the past few weeks, where either Rusev's been... I think it's just been Lana in a match, and then for some reason Aiden English comes out and causes some distraction that makes Lana lose the match. So...
I'm surprised this is on the pre-show, because they give it quite a lot of time on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I also have to be honest and say that I haven't actually finished watching SmackDown this week, so I don't know how things have gone on the last week going into stuff. But it does seem to be. It feels like. I mean, this is ultimately feel like it's building towards English and Rusev in a proper split, doesn't it? I mean, that feels like the direction this is going. But yeah, it has had a lot of time on SmackDown from what I've seen. I'm going to predict Almas and Vega, because English probably cost them the match again somehow.
You're going with Almas. You're going with Rusev and Lana, or Almas and Vega? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Almas and Vega.
Okay.
I think 8 English will cost Rusev and Lana by mistake.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Rusev and Lana.
The other side is that Rusev and Lana win because of English helping him, but then Rusev attacks him or something afterwards.
Yeah. Like, I'm tired of interfering in the matches. Rusev Crush, or whatever. You know. Again, Chucks isn't here,
It's
so...
still a bit of a shame that they're jumping quite quickly towards this feud, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I'm just going with you, Beans. I think you're right. English is going to get involved and cost them the match somehow.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them to do that. I almost put Vegas there, that's great. But I think the whole, they've kind of clown shoesed Lana week after week after week for more than enough, I feel. So, I mean, they gotta get a win somehow. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's just my take. Next pre-show match, the B Team, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas against the Revival.
Where did this come from?
I don't know. But
So they did the big three-way with Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt included on Raw,
Yeah.
and the B Team managed to kind of come out with a win. It was a decent match actually, but it's like that was your pay-per-view match. So whether that means that they weren't going to get the same kind of time at SummerSlam, so they did it early on Raw. I don't know.
I'm not keeping up with the news, but is there any news on? Is Matt injured?
is
I
he?
heard that he wasn't. Was there something? There was a weird statement saying something like his back is morphing into his pelvis or something because of all the leg drops he's done over time.
Really?
Something like that.
I've seen a tweet, I think it was after Raw, where he was basically thanking Bray for everything, and it was kind of like it was all over kind of thing. Now, whether or not that was just a team, or whether or not it's more serious than that, I don't know, but that could be a reason why that match happened on Raw, and we're getting this tomorrow.
Yeah, possibly. The only thing I can think of is they're just going to make B Team keep it, because I can't imagine that you'd just put the titles on Revival. Although I suppose Revival did the hard work on Raw and they kind of got the wins stolen off them, so there's a slight chance that they could do it, but...
It sounds a bit silly to say because they've been around for what seems like forever, but I don't think Revival are ready for the titles yet.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
fine.
they've not done a proper build for them to become a D. They've lowered them so much since NXT.
Well, they had the injuries, didn't they? That didn't help them, but yeah, even when they've been cleared, they've not done anything with them. So
yeah, sorry, Smoot, you were going to say.
No, I was going to say that's why I'm picking the B Team. I think having the Revival just propelled in this position where, you know, they're like 3 weeks watching the backstage monitor, and now all of a sudden they're in a tag team title match, and it just seemed to happen all of a sudden, like, because I think, again, I didn't even hear about the Matt Hardy injury, so I think B Team is going to keep the train rolling here, so to speak, I feel, as a credible tag team, somewhat. A laughable yet credible tag team. They just got new music too, so I mean,
True.
Yeah, BT for me.
okay.
Same.
All right, the other pre-show match: Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak from 205 Live.
I have absolutely no idea because I can't remember the last time I watched 205.
And this is a singles match for the Cruiserweight Championship. Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick banned from ringside.
I'm probably going to say Alexander retains just because I think this will be his first proper pay-per-view defense.
I agree. I'm with you on that one. Will.
Who'd you pick them being, sorry?
Alexander.
Cedric Alexander.
Alexander,
To
sorry.
retain.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've not seen any of 205, so I really don't know. So I'm going to go with Alexander.
Gotcha. All right. I don't know if anybody's watching along. I don't know if one of you guys is watching along. Where would you like to predict next?
I'd just go in the order you've listed it.
Okay. Nakamura and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy's been tied up with Randy Orton for the past few weeks, so this one's kind of weird. This is for the United States title as well. Yeah, it just seems like they're building more towards Hardy versus Orton than Nakamura versus Hardy. So I think unless Orton somehow, causes a disqualification, which I mean he might, considering the way SmackDown was, which I assume you didn't. You said you didn't finish it, so I don't know if you saw this or not. Probably not yet, but like they had a Jeff Hardy in action segment on the show this past week,
Right.
and he faced Shelton Benjamin, who was unannounced. Even though it was like back in April, they were hyping the shit out of that because they were former opponents in like some title match for the, I think, Intercontinental title or U.S. title many years back. But they had Orton come out after I think the match was done because Nakamura like interfered or some shit like that, and he was by the Titantron and he was creeping around one of the corner LED pieces. So
Orton was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand what that was all about myself.
He was creeping?
Creeping around the corner, yeah. I'll try to get like a gif of it for you.
That sounds very strange.
It was.
I'm not quite sure what to think.
Yeah, it was as strange as... Yeah, it's about as strange as you think it was. So...
God. But yeah, the whole thing of this doesn't really make much sense, because like you said, the whole thing has been Hardy and Orton.
Right, yeah.
And is this even like Hardy's like contractual rematch? Because didn't you already have that on like after the last match? I can't remember.
I think so, yeah.
So it is just a match they've made out of nowhere. It doesn't make any sense. I can't see Nakamura losing it. I think the only thing is whether it's going to be a DQ thing because Orton gets involved. I'm probably just going to say Nakamura.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Hardy. I think he's going to retain the title heading into the inevitable match with Orton.
You think Hardy's going to retain? He's not the champion.
Oh, is he not?
No, Nakamura's the title.
Oh, shit. Fuck it. I'll still go for Jeff Hardy then. Fuck it. Shows you how much I've been paying attention to this feud.
I was confused myself then when you said that.
I know. I was just thinking. That doesn't speak very highly for Nakamura's first ever singles title winning WWE main TV, does it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He won it at the last pay per view because he gave him the dick shot.
Yeah.
There you go. I just linked it there. Will, who do you have here? The champion Nakamura or Jeff Hardy, the challenger?
Nakamura, I think. Gonna hold on to it.
I may go back and change that to
what
Nakamura.
The shit is that?
Yeah.
What?
Where is that?
That's on the here.
Yeah.
There's a wheel in front of his face as he's like hanging around the corner, so I don't get exactly where he is.
He's right on the end of the set.
I also had one myself. Yeah, does that give you like a better understanding of where the angle is?
Oh right,
yeah.
What the hell?
Right? Like, what a weird spot to put him in.
I mean, yeah, credit for doing something different, but also he looks like some kind of bizarre. Well, he looks like a different kind of predator. That's all I'll say. It doesn't look right at all.
Like he's stalking somebody that's a new writer to the company, as I said. Anyway. Moving on. Finn Balor versus the Constable. Allegedly, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Allegedly. A new writer to the company and all that. Anyway. Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin, the Constable. Once again, these two duking it out again. Can I just put I don't care?
I really, you need to find that soundbite of me saying
I don't care.
Because there's not enough that could be said for how much I do not care about this match. Who won in the last one?
There you go. I don't know. That's Chuck's job. He usually looks that up for us.
I'm sure that they had one last time and Balor won, didn't he? And this is carried on.
Yeah.
I don't think Corbin. No, didn't Corbin win? I don't know. Well, I don't care.
I'm kind of thinking that Corbin needs to win one of these things just to wind me up.
And at like the fall pay-per-view or whatever, it's going to be like the end-all be-all. Finn Balor, Constable Corbin.
Yeah, sheriff's badge on a pole.
Yeah. Balor won at Extreme Rules, if that makes any difference.
Oh, we've got to go 50-50, haven't we? We'll go Corbin.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking as well.
I want to go Balor.
Going with Balor, alright.
Did you say Balor in the same way that he would?
How's that?
Balor.
Balor.
Balor. Balor. What's that?
It does sound like how Finn Balor says his name.
Well, I suppose Irish, English.
It's a very accurate impression of it.
I'll start saying Baylor, shall I?
Well, no, not yet.
Anyway, moving on. Carmella versus Becky versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title.
Where's Vicky James?
I don't know.
You do realise I was doing a Kurt Angle joke.
Oh.
Vicky, rather than Mickey.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
There's a big thing about it, whether he did or didn't, and I don't think he did, but it just sounded like he did.
Oh.
Probably did.
I was thinking of Vicky Guerrero, probably. Maybe that's who he's texting on his phone. Vicky Guerrero. Hitting her
Well,
up.
he's texting someone, or he's figuring out how to turn his phone on.
Seriously. Anyway. This was, I guess, lined up to be a one-on-one, and then Charlotte won a match on SmackDown to make it a triple threat. Becky wasn't thrilled about that. I gotta go with Carmella. I think this is where tea time implodes between Becky and Charlotte, and they're going to be basically SmackDown's version of Bayley and Sasha, as much as I hate to say that. But I definitely think Carmella is walking out the champ. And still, as they like to promote.
I'm a bit stuck on this one because my gut says Carmella.
Think of the Garmin road device. GPS.
Gives you perfect directions around Staten Island.
Yeah.
I think the obvious thing is for Carmella to be able to take advantage of the situation, but I also think that the story probably needs Charlotte to win this.
Yeah.
Just so that Becky keeps getting more and more rattled by it.
So you're going with Charlotte?
I think I am, but
Yeah, okay.
I think I might be making a mistake.
I think you are.
It could be Becky that actually does win, but Charlotte then.
I hope that. I really hope it's Becky that wins it.
No, I think you're right, Smoots. Carmella's going to win. One of either Charlotte or Becky will cost someone the match.
Yeah.
And then there's your feud for the next couple of months.
Yep. Gotcha. Okay, moving on. Going back to Raw, Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. It was revealed that, you know, the Scottish psychopath, as Ziggler said about Drew McIntyre, will be in his corner. Seth Rollins getting a lean, mean Dean Ambrose. It looks like a slimmed down Triple H for some reason.
Mini H.
Mini H, yes. In Seth's corner.
I'm going to predict Ziggler because I really hope that Ambrose costs Rollins.
It looks like a heel turn, possibly. Yeah.
And he needs it with that kind of look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then Ziggler, goes off and tries to defend it against somebody else, and then we have like Rollins and Ambrose for the next couple of months, possibly.
I'm down with that. When Roman Reigns loses the main event, he can face Ziggler at the next pay-per-view for the Intercontinental title.
I think he kind of sold me on this because I wasn't like initially on board, but like Ambrose looks like Triple H, like a fucking like post CEO Triple H look, and I think you can only get away with that if you happen to be a bad guy. So I think he kind of sold me on Ziggler. Is he the champ? Does he have the?
Yeah.
Yeah, he retains. Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried, Smoot, about how much like WWE's destroyed your brain that you don't know who the champions are at the minute.
Maybe if they would emphasize the titles more.
Hmm. I
Will.
bet you know who Braun Strowman is, though.
Oh yeah. Will, who you got?
I think you're right in the whole Ambrose Rollins thing, but just for points, I'm gonna go with Ziggler.
Good call. Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens. If Braun Strowman loses loses the match in any capacity, he loses the Money in the Bank case to Kevin Owens. The way they've been building this up with all the crazy, wacky lampooning that they've been doing to Strowman here, part of me thinks maybe Strowman's just going to retain the case. Like he's smartened up to Owens' antics here. However, one thing that they haven't really touched upon is that, like, what if Jinder comes out and hits like Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens is the winner, therefore Strowman's disqualified, loses the case, and Owens gets the title. Yeah. Because they keep saying that if Strowman loses it in any way.
Yeah. I think Owens is coming out with the contract.
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree.
Strowman doesn't need it.
If Owens wins it, he really needs to cash in that night.
Yeah.
There's a chance, yeah.
There's a slight chance. That might be what that meeting was about.
Yeah.
For Lesnar. He's got to explain the rules to the Money in the Bank case to him. Because he's never around to know how it functions, I guess. So see here, pal, this is how it works, okay? He's gonna run down with this green gimmick. He's gonna give it to the timekeeper. Beans, who do you got?
It's like being there.
Like right in the room, yeah.
World exclusive. I'm going to say Strowman, just because Owens won the last one, even though it was a technicality.
Yeah.
And I could just see WWE just making him, like, batter Owens, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I can see, because they've been doing these stupid gimmicks where they push the stage over and...
Oh, that was terrible.
It's going to be something gimmicky where I don't know, he's going to lock him in a cupboard or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be something daft, but Owens is coming out with the contract. Strowman didn't need it, he never did.
Never did, yeah.
So, yeah. Owens wins.
Alright. Daniel Bryan and The Miz. This one is like 8 years in the making or something like that. Some crazy figure thrown out there like that. They're cycling all the stuff from the past into this feud. They've done a really great job promoting this one.
Yeah, the stuff on SmackDown was really good, I thought.
Yes, I agree. It was high caliber stuff that WWE usually puts out from time to time. Brian's contract status also up in the air. Is another thing. There was something about him possibly re-signing a while back, but again, that's just rumors, and the latest is that he hasn't actually signed a new deal. So
there was a bit of news on that today, actually.
Really?
He was talking to Sky Sports, of all people,
Oh.
and in an interview he said he could sign a new contract by the end of the weekend. He actually said that to the interviewer.
He could. Doesn't mean he will.
Well, if he's saying that to Sky, I would imagine it's kind of true. But could be right. You might not.
Because, like, the way, regardless of whoever I pick, if Brian loses, one's got to assume he's leaving the company.
The quote was, "I'd say there's a very, very high percentage I will be signed with WWE. It might even be that I sign with WWE by the end of this weekend. Who knows?"
Okay. Unless he's trying to hoodwink us, and he's just like, he doesn't actually sign, and he shows up at like All In next month.
Yeah.
I'll take his word on it. I'm gonna go with Brian here for the win. Miz kind of also doesn't need the win right now. He's got the reality show. He's got a new kid. It's whatever, you know.
I'm going with Brian. Not only because of what we just said there, but probably is nothing. But when we went to the show in Liverpool in May, they actually did this match, and Brian won. So I'm going with that.
All right, Beans.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure on this because I'm kind of thinking that Brian does need to win it, but I can also see them trying to drag it out and make Miz kind of get like the sneaky win or something on this, just to kind of draw it out a bit more.
Yeah.
But I think I'm still going to go Brian.
Okay. Next up, Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day. New Day won the right to face the Bludgeon Brothers in the SmackDown Tag Team Tournament over the past month or so. Bludgeon Brothers have been the tag team champs for quite some time, even though they haven't been competing on television that much or on pay-per-view. I could be wrong on that. It's just for as dominating as their team's supposed to be, their presence, I feel, hasn't been established enough on TV. I think. So, I don't know. I
find it a weird one just because the Bludgeon Brothers have already faced a New Day for the titles, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they won it off of them.
Oh yeah,
okay. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, did you? Think you're right, yeah.
That being said, I think it's time for the Bludgeon Brothers to maybe drop it back to the New Day.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that as well. Yeah, I'm going with New Day.
Okay. Beans.
Part of me just says that they've not done enough with the Bludgeon Brothers, so they kind of are they calling it quits and trying something different, or are they just going to carry on with what they're doing until they can make a bit more with it? I'm going to say the Bludgeon Brothers.
Alright. There you go. Okay. I think that's pretty much a good pick. I mean, granted, it's two entities in the match, but I think you can't go wrong either way, regardless of reasoning. I feel because I could also see the Bludgeon Brothers retaining as well, but then who do they face next is the question. So
you normally get some call-ups from NXT, don't you, after SummerSlam?
Yeah, possibly.
I haven't got a clue who they call up.
The tag division's not that strong in NXT at the minute, though, is it? So, I think if we're going to get call-ups, it's going to be a singles.
Yeah.
AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE title. This is a TNA match in the making, right here on WWE television. I never thought I would see the day where two TNA guys would be going for the WWE title. Yet here we are.
At SummerSlam as well.
At SummerSlam, of all places, yeah. Yeah, AJ Styles, I think, retains. He had Samoa Joe at the end of SmackDown try to get in the head of AJ Styles by mentioning a letter from his wife, from AJ's wife.
I loved that. I thought that was really clever.
Yeah, sorry you didn't see that, Beans.
No. I'm not bothered about spoilers on SmackDown. I'm well behind on that.
That's pretty much how they ended the show, and then there was like an Instagram exclusive of Joe just taunting Styles backstage, who was being held back by like 3 people.
So Samoa Joe kind of got the last laugh on the last show.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me think that Styles will probably retain this one, but I really want Joe to win it.
Same.
I think they know these two can
go
for a while.
Yeah.
So I think Styles wins this one, and we're gonna get a good few matches out of these two.
Yeah.
Maybe until Survivor Series, something like that.
I'm going to say Joe, just because that gives you the automatic option of the rematch at the next show.
It is SummerSlam.
That works too, yeah.
It is SummerSlam.
I'm picking AJ, though, because
the other day I was asking Alexa on Amazon a whole bunch of questions, and I asked her who's her favorite superstar, and she picked AJ Styles.
Oh, right. I thought you meant you were talking to Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, no, God, no. Are you kidding me? She would not give me the time of day. Like, at all.
Well, she gave us the time of the day.
she spoke to Beans, yeah?
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait, what is he talking about? Oh, right, the interview. Because Beans has some hookups and contacts and whatnot.
Not only has Smoot forgotten who's champion in WWE, he's forgetting what we've even achieved.
It's all a blur. It's all a blur. Speaking of Alexa, and ruining my segue here, Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship.
Sorry.
It's alright, no, it's fine. It's fine.
I'll go first. Ronda's getting the belt at last.
At last?
Well, yeah, I thought what I have to say on that. Finally, I should say.
Yeah, plus with that poster that you mentioned, Will.
Yeah, actually,
Evolution.
I hadn't even factored that in, but yeah, even more so.
But like, even the way that this has been shaping up on TV, like Rousey's the UFC Hall of Famer. She looks absolutely menacing every time she's in, like, beast mode or whatever. It's hard to not pick her in this situation. So, and I think this might be the match where they're going to do they broke Alexa's arm, only she's like double jointed. So I would expect that spot to happen. Anyway, Beans, who are you picking?
I suppose it's Rousey, but I also thought the same kind of thing as before, where I just think it's a bit too... I don't want to say it's a bit too soon, but it's almost like it's too obvious.
You think Alicia Fox runs in and just makes Bliss hold the title?
No, I think... I ain't got a clue. I'm going to say Rousey.
Alright. Okay. And the main event. The one that Vince McMahon had talks with Brock Lesnar over, apparently.
The one we've all been waiting for.
Yes, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, once again, for the WWE.
Fourth time in a lifetime.
Yeah, WWE Universal title. It's speculated this
You've got to be the worst champion ever.
Oh my god. Yeah. Kurt Angle said
You
that.
don't do none of that.
Kurt Angle is... GM Kurt Angle is such a goof at this point. It's speculated that Lesnar is going to be going to the UFC, and this might be one of his last contractual appearances. I
think that's a cert.
Yeah, unless something crazy happens, then Lesnar retains.
He's also, when he's made his appearances on Raw recently, he's looked a lot trimmer, and that looks like someone that's getting ready for a fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, apparently he had to enter the testing pool, didn't he?
Yes.
Before his first fight, so he's getting in shape for that. So.
He's eligible to fight, is it the second week in January or something now?
Somewhere.
January, yeah.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So, I mean, there's still a bit of time before then. But again, it's like, how much time does he want to commit to WWE whilst he's in a camp and getting training? So I'd imagine that definitely the last appearance you're probably ever going to get from him this year is going to be around Survivor Series time.
I think they want... Payman mentioned it in one of his promos, but I think they generally want to have that image of him holding both belts.
Yeah. And also, and this is storyline-wise, going back to the storyline a little bit, they had the whole tease of the breakup between Heyman and Lesnar, and then, Reigns is in the ring, Heyman comes out, and he has, this letter, and he's like, I can make all these dreams happen for you, and all this, glorious stuff. And then he pulls out a can of mace and just maces Reigns in the face with it. And I'm sitting back, I'm like, they pulled the ruse too early.
Yeah.
They should have had something like this at SummerSlam, and it makes me question what they're going to possibly do at SummerSlam instead if they weren't going for the ruse reveal, if you will. So,
fun.
With that being said,
I think that just points towards Reigns winning it, really, doesn't it?
I think... Let's see. For the match itself, I'm going with Lesnar.
Okay.
I'm not saying that there's not going to be a cash-in, because that probably is going to happen one way or another, but I think for the match itself, it's Lesnar. Also, the music loop ended there. Sorry about that.
I would love to predict Brick War.
Brick War. All right, there you go. That sounds like a UFC star, if you ask me.
But I will say Roman Reigns.
Okay. There you are. And Will.
I think up until a few weeks ago, I would have said Reigns. But now they've started playing and actually mentioning the fact that Lesnar's possibly going to UFC. And they're playing on that now. I think something's afoot. And I think Lesnar's going to hold on to it for a while.
It's going to be chicanery. Now, again, I think Lesnar wins the match. I think whoever has the case at the end of Strowman Owens determines if there's going to be a cash-in. If Strowman wins that, I think he's cashing in and becoming champion, for sure. If Owens gets the case, I don't think there's going to be a cash-in. So hopefully that's where I'm coming from on that.
I don't see anyone cashing in on Lesnar.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I think if Lesnar retains, I don't think... Well, I don't know. Strowman never really got that rematch from Lesnar for the title. And I don't know.
They do some sort of... They've done it before, years ago. If, say, Lesnar does win and then disappears, do we get a second champion? you know, they bring in another champion for a bit while Lesnar's gone, and then we get a match between Lesnar and other person for the undisputed Universal Championship.
Oh God!
I think if Lesnar does his disappearing act again, I think the Rollins and Dean Ambrose thing's going to kind of take centre stage.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they wanted to do all along, wasn't it? They want the IC title to be the second championship, but it hasn't really worked with Ziggler.
No.
I mean, they could do that. I didn't even think of that. That's actually kind of an idea, considering that, you know, Kurt Angle's been kind of just berating Lesnar all this time.
Yeah.
And the fact that he, like, F5'd Angle and there was, like, no consequence from that, by the way, like, to point that out, was also pretty telling as well. So, I don't know. It's...
I was trying to think of the word I was going for, the interim champion.
Interim champion, yeah.
They've done it before. I can't remember who was involved, but they did it a couple of years ago.
Yeah. It would be something. I definitely think something's afoot. Like chicanery. Is...
Yeah, something. It's gonna be something crazy.
Yeah. So that is the IWC predicting SummerSlam. We're gonna get out of here. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
The only thing I was going to say is like a bonus point thing was whether we think there's going to be a cash-in, but I'm going to say yes.
I'll say yes as well. On the cash-in.
No, I'm gonna say no.
Okay. We'll add that as a footnote. We're gonna get out of here. Enjoy NXT Takeover. I'm sure you already are, but if you're not, do give it a look. Go for it. What? Go. Yeah. Will, what do you got to say? We got an ad.
Just a quick note on Takeover. It's not really a spoiler, but on Velveteen Dream's trunk, she has the words "Call me up, Vince." Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right. That's going to do it. We'll see you next week with the results. Hopefully Chucks will be here. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Good night.